Good morning everyone and welcome back to Live Darts. It's that time again, it's Premier League preview as the Darting Roadshow rolls on. Week number 4, we head across to the Emerald Isle, Dublin, the 3 Arena, the next stop. Can't wait for this. It's always a special atmosphere in Dublin. Electric, spine tingling, you name it. If you haven't been, this is one of the venues you need to get yourself to. After Cardiff in week 3, it's all changed. Michael van Gerwen has lost. The 100% record is gone, beaten by Nathan Aspinall, but we'll recap on that shortly. Duzza sits top of the table. Ando beaten. Gezi Price, king of the draws. Michael Smith on the charge. So many questions around the Premier League right now. Every week it's throwing up more and more, and we're not getting the answers right now because every time there's an answer, 3 or 4 questions spring off of that. But that's why it's the biggest darting roadshow there is. Willie O'Connor is the challenger this week. Could it have been Keane Barry? Quite possibly, but Willie's got the nod and I'm sure he will enjoy every single minute of it. Right, we're going to recap on what happened in Cardiff last week. First up, Peter Wright, a 7-5 victory over Rob Cross, but it could have been so much more. Rob very much out of sorts in Cardiff. First couple of legs was only averaging about 67. Wasn't great from voltage, but Wright almost stumbled over the line, made hard work of it. Second game saw Johnny Clayton walk on to Delilah as the 3 Arena erupted. Sorry, 3 Arena, the Motorpoint Arena absolutely erupted for a Welsh anthem, but Michael Smith was sensational. 2 big finishes, including a 167 and a 142, 105 average from Bully Boy. Seeing signs that Bully Boy is really on the charge right now, and that result will do him the world of good. Third game on, MVG beaten. Yes, he was. Nathan Aspinall, sensational, 7-5 win, held his nerve when it really mattered as well. He was in a lead, MVG clawed it back, but the Asp, balls of steel when it really mattered in Cardiff to beat the world number 1. Then from there, homecoming for the Iceman, Gerwin Price, 6-all against Daryl Gurney, really good game. To be fair, point probably about right. Neither did enough to win it, but neither deserved to lose either. Signs that Daryl is just on the up after not a convincing start to the season. But the Iceman, the draw specialist, still unbeaten. Three games, 3 draws. Then last up, Glenn Durrant took on Gary Anderson, and Duzza bossed it. Ando changed his darts, used a new set that he had. Don't think we'll see them again this week somehow. It just didn't work for him, and to change at short notice when he hadn't really practiced with them, right decision? No, I don't think so. But Duzza's finishing back to its very, very best in Cardiff, and he sits top of the table. Talking of the table, coming onto screen now, after 3 weeks is the Premier League table. Glenn Durrant sits top with 5 points. Then we have Michael van Gerwen, Nathan Aspinall, second and third with 4 points. Then it gets interesting. We have Michael Smith, Rob Cross, Gerwin Price, Peter Wright, Gary Anderson, all on 3 points. So tight in that little group. If someone can string 2 wins together, then they've got a huge chance already to put distance between them and the pack. Daryl Gurney sits bottom, but does have his first point on the board. So in relation to the betting, what does that tell us after last week? Michael van Gerwen is now evens. He was odds on going into last week. So if you fancy it, evens, is that a good price for Michael van Gerwen to win the Premier League? Wright 11-2, Price 9-1. Anderson 11s, and Michael Smith 20-1. Form is in. Is that tempting? It could well be a nice little each way punt there on Michael Smith. Speaking of Michael Smith, to reach the top 4, 5-2 Smith right now. I think that's good value, the form he's in. And Daryl Gurney still the favourite to get relegated, 6-5, but still many points to play for. Right, that's enough of the recap. Here we are this week, the here and now, the Emerald Isle, Dublin awaits. 5 amazing games for you, so let's run you through. First up, the leader, Glenn Durrant taking on Nathan Aspinall. This is a really good game. The Asp, last week he was brilliant. The week before that, he let people in. It's a real Jekyll and Hyde at the moment, but he said last week he feels he's now arrived in the Premier League. That was the result he needed, but Durrant missed a consistent, missed a solid. Good game this. I'm going to go 6-all draw in this one. I can't split them, but looking forward to it. Then from there, Rob Cross against Gary Anderson. Two players need a reaction from last week. It didn't go according to plan for either of them. More importantly for Rob, because like we said, he looked so out of sorts. It was unreal. Came back into the game, but the first half of the game, he was terrible. Let's not sugarcoat it. Absolutely terrible. Gary, we all know when he's on, he's on. We've seen signs on the Pro Tour. He's playing in everything at the moment. More match time. He's getting better and better. Flying Scotsman close to his very best. And I think Gary Anderson nicks this one. I'm going to go 7-5 to Ando. I think Rob will play a lot better than what he did last week, but still a Gary Anderson victory for me. Then third game on, Daryl Gurney taking on Michael Smith. Good friends, these two, and I'm looking forward to this game. Michael Smith has been sensational the last few weeks. A draw and a win, two big averages. The man in Premier League form right now. Against Daryl Gurney, signs last week, like we said, that he's getting somewhere near his best. He's finishing back to what we expect from him. Still not maybe scoring as heavily as he would like, but there are signs. But the form he's in, at 6-5, I can't knock back Bully Boy in this game. I think it's a really good price. 9-5 for Daryl Gurney, but I'm going to go 7-5 victory for Michael Smith, just purely on the form that we've seen. Then up next, game number 4 is the Challengers game as Willie O'Connor takes centre stage. The Irish World Cup star has probably earned his right to play here after what he did on the tour last year, but he takes on the big green machine MVG, who will be looking to bounce back. Doesn't normally lose 2 games in a row in the Premier League. 3-10 for Van Gerwen. Is that too short for you? What do you think? Or 7-1? Are you going to take the green machine on for Willie O'Connor? MVG for me. Then last up, a really intriguing game. We've got the Iceman Gerwin Price against Peter Wright. Two informed players right now, especially on the Pro Tour that we saw last weekend as well. It's going to be hard to split them. 13-8 price, 13-10 for Wright. Best prices you can get right now as this is being recorded on Tuesday morning. Oh, it's a tough one. I'm going to sit on the fence. I can't split them. I'm going to go 6-all draw. Both of them in sensational form right now. So really hard to split them. What do you think? In the comments below, no matter what platform you're watching this on, let us know score predictions for all 5 games. Let us know how you get on. It's just a little bit of fun. I've given you mine, so now it's your turn to get involved and interact with us and let us know. If you haven't yet, head over to our YouTube channel and make sure you subscribe, turn notifications on, the little bell icon up in the top corner so you never miss a video here at Live Darts. We will be on the Emerald Isle, of course we will, Thursday, bringing you all the post-match reaction as it happens from the 3 Arena. Of course, all our social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, everything covered, so you don't need to go anywhere else in the build-up to the Unibet Premier League. And of course, make sure you watch out. We have a few specials from title sponsors, Unibet, kicking around on Thursday to try and tempt you and have a look what's going around. Thanks for joining us, as always, and we shall see you live on Thursday from the Emerald Isle.